I love Dune. I love Dune, and I'm really glad that the movies seem to be turning out well because it's one of those things that I love the books, but mainly the first book especially so much that if they didn't do right with that movie, I'd be so upset. I'd be genuinely so upset because Dune is a thing like you cannot do Dune dirty. You just cannot. Lord of the Rings tier for book to movie transitions. Yeah, well, I agree with the first one. I haven't seen the second one yet. I know I'm not usually a big movie person. I don't actually watch a lot of movies, but if it's like sci-fi, fantasy, I'm on that shit. Is it Dune 2 a great cinematography? They had to change a decent amount of stuff from the book to compress it. Yeah, that's just the nature of short media. I mean, if they wanted to do right by Dune, they'd have to make so many movies, and I don't see the point in making like 10 movies. So, sci-fi is the GOAT. I like sci-fi novels. There are a lot of sci-fi movies that I have not liked, even though people have liked them by and large. I just felt like they didn't capture what the books were trying to portray. How do I say this? In the fantasy genre, people read the books, adapt them into movies, and they get the point. They get the point. In sci-fi, a lot of the time, when they take the book and adapt it to a movie or a show, I feel like they just lose the plot. They lose the point of a lot of it. A lot of the time, it's like there's some sort of big lesson to be learned with people going too far, pushing science too far, people exploring something that they shouldn't explore, right? Like, there's always some sort of deeper meaning with these sorts of things. And the movies are always like, they're like, "Ugh, this scary monster's so crazy." And then they keep adding so many like love stories in the middle of sci-fi movies that were like not even important in the books. And I'm like, why are we focusing on this? What is happening? Like, what about the what about the whole point of the movie? I don't know. They just lose so much of the plot. And it's so sad, man. Don't read the books and you can't compare. What's the problem is usually I've already read the books way earlier, and then a book I like gets made into a movie. So I'm like, okay, now I have to see it. And then again, they lost the plot, It depends though. That's what happened with Halo. They tried to make their own story for the series. Yeah, which is crazy to me because a lot of the base story of the Halo games is so fucking good. You don't need to change it. You don't need to change it. And if they want to just go off of some book-based stuff and not things that were in the games, the books are good. Like, why change it? Why change it? It's so good. I don't know. I don't know, man. No point. People literally play Halo and cry, all right? I don't I don't need them changing this shit. No way. Randomly stuffing in romance plots is one of my main gripes with live action movies. Yeah, like why? Why? There are these people dealing with these huge issues. I think the last thing on their minds is like, oh, this girl in this spacesuit looks kind of good though. I'm like, aren't you guys on the brink of dying in this spaceship? Like, what? Is there no sense of urgency? I don't know. I don't know, the way they write some of the scenes in, I'm like, maybe if this were like a 10 movie thing, we could have some time for this, but like in the middle of a 2.5 hour movie, why 20 minutes of this? He said, reminds me of Starship Troopers. Movies infinitely different from the books, yet still a great film. Yeah, still good. I honestly, I don't care how much they change as long as it's good. It gets people interested in the main series. I don't know. When we said Asimov was once criticized for not writing romance, so his next book was all about alien sex. Yeah. Asimov is one of my most favorite writers too in the genre, and I remember like specifically people were like, why aren't these characters fucking? And he's like, they're terraforming a planet. They're busy, like whatever the fuck he's writing. It's just, oh man. Big author moment when people just write an entire thing just to spite people. It's so, oh. You want a Mass Effect movie? Okay. Love the original game, like OG Mass Effect, but we don't need more blue alien women in like sex scenes. We don't need this. And because this sort of exists in the game already, that is all they're gonna focus on. It's gonna be Ass Effect. I can't. Says you. No. Because the thing is, Mass Effect had that, and it was a good game, right? But if they do a movie, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna be like sexy blue alien woman, ooh, and then there's gonna be suddenly this like scene where he's shooting a bunch of stuff and it's cool action. You're like, wow, and then you're gonna forget why he's doing that because they're gonna be like, oh, blue alien woman again. You're gonna be like, oh, and your brain is just not gonna absorb any of it because they're just gonna fucking spend too much time on it. They're gonna do it. And they're gonna use it for marketing. All the marketing of the movie is just gonna be about the blue alien woman. And you already know it's just gonna ruin it. It's gonna ruin it. Because when you're playing a video game and they make that like a side thing that you can worry about, then it's a choice. And you can spend as little or as much time as you want on it. But like in a movie, you're just sitting there and you're like, damn, we're gonna do this for 30 minutes, huh? You know what I'm saying? I think if they don't lose the plot, it's okay. But I just know they're gonna lose the plot. Because these alien women, dude, they're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna mess it up. It's important to the lore. It's not. It's not that important, though. Either that or they're gonna make what the fuck is his name? Garrus, the big alien man that a surprising number of women like. I didn't think he'd be that popular, but Twitter be liking him. So maybe they'll focus on him. I don't know. I don't know. Rex or bust. I always loved Rex. We'll see. We'll see. How's loving other